starting to think you dyslexic.
Baby, do you dare to do this? 'Cause I'm coming at you like a dark horse. Are you ready for the perfect storm, perfect storm? Wash your mind, wash your mind.
We got that crank. We got that crank. We got that crank. Let me tell y'all niggas how we do it. Been a long time on this road. I'm so far away from home. I'm still trying to find my way in this life. I might say some things that you don't like. Like I'ma do me and smoke these trees. I'ma do me and get money. I'ma live in a new free world with tatted up girls around the road.
Non-stop rockin'.
Cause we came to party. I want the whole damn club, but let's rock and roll.
Walk this way.
Get 'em up,
Talk this way.
get 'em up,
Walk this way.
get 'em up.
Talk this way. Walk this way.
Get 'em up,
Talk this way.
get 'em up,
Walk this way.
get 'em up.
Talk this way.
And just give me a kiss.
Walk this way. Talk this way.
Yeah.
Walk this way. Talk this way.
Point blank, non-stop rockin'. We got that crank. Hey, and I'ma drink it,
Drink it,
and I'ma drink it,
drink it.
and I'ma drink it, and drink it up until the last sip's gone, boy. Woo! And I'ma drink it,
Drink it,
and I'ma drink it,
drink it.
and I'ma drink it, and drink it up until the last sip's gone. Point blank, non-stop rocker. We got that, hold it right there, And I'ma drink it, and I'ma drink it, and I'ma drink it.
Good evening and welcome to Let's Have a Sit Down, where we respect the game and we stay in our lane. First, before we get started, I just want to say, like I always say, and let's have a sit down. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But put the guns down and just let's have a sit down. You know, it's too much violence going on. We don't need to be going through what we're going through. Y'all got to remember what's going on now in our city. A lot of kids are being affected. Matter of fact, once I get this mic on, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. This story happened in 1985. There was a young lady who was out that had, she went to an ATM machine, wanted to get some money out to go do stuff for her kids. She had two boys with her, and voila, two guys jump out, rob her, held her at gunpoint. This was in at Livingston Road. Both sons had the pistols point to the back of the head, pointed down. They witnessed their mother getting robbed. And those boys was me and my brother. That was my mother. So just to let y'all know, when y'all doing stuff like that, it affects kids.
Yeah.
So letting y'all know, and I'm just letting everybody know, there are mental issues that go through our community from the things we are around. I myself suffer from PTSD. And and believe me, it's not fun. So all you older guys out there, please, whatever you're doing, don't have that around them kids. And also, too, if you're an older guy and you can speak a little bit of life, and to the kids, speak a little bit of life. You know, everything that happened years ago, it's over with. It's nothing to glorify. So
Yeah.
let's start getting on education instead of glorification. You
Yeah.
understand me?
Yeah.
So today we have some ladies here from the grind circuit, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. They don't need no introductions because they good at what they do.
What's going on?
But all them fights getting up to it, they wars. You know what I mean? You really play and you really in the game. But then when you get to a certain extent, it get a little political. Well, the thing is, in y'all's lane, things do get political to the point where a lot of times y'all don't get the credit y'all deserve. And I'm here to tell y'all, both of these ladies, they put in their work. I've been watching them for a while, and I did a whole lot of studying of y'all last night.
Thank you.
I did a whole lot of studying. Billie Jean, I got a question with you. I mean, for you. It's a guy in your band named Sydney.
Yeah.
He's a vet.
Yeah.
I know Sydney.
Yeah.
I known Sydney for a while. How is it working with him?
Oh, it's awesome. Sydney is my big brother. I've been in 3 bands with Sydney. So I've been working with him for years, since like 2008. So we really have like a brother-sister relationship. I'm like his little sister. He's hard on me, but I love it because he pushes me.
Right.
But he's awesome to work with. Like he know those vocals, and he
Right.
knows, where we supposed to be, where we not supposed to be, and he know when I'm slacking or when I'm doing my best.
Right.
He always give me positive feedback or whatever kind of criticism I need.
Right.
And I just love working with him. He he get on everybody in the band.
Right,
He keep
right,
everybody
right,
in
right.
check because he is a vet, and so we all respect him for what he know
what's
and
up.
who he's been with, and he played the heck out of that cowbell. So I love Sydney. I love him so much.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And you got the animal trainer with you, BJ.
Yeah.
And shout out to BJ. BJ actually helped put this panel together.
Yeah. Shout out to BJ.
He did. He actually did that. You know, in go-go right now, you have certain people, who gonna look out, certain people who not. He's definitely looked out for me. I wasn't even thinking about putting this panel together. Not that I wasn't thinking about the grind circuit or anything, but he came with the people. He said, "Look, man, you should do something with the grind circuit with the women singers." I said, "Okay, that's cool. If you can get the people, that's fine." He went on and did what he did. He put it together for
Voila.
me. So I'm
Yep.
very happy about that, and I just want
Yep.
to thank BJ for that. But let me ask you a question, Justice J.
Yeah.
I've seen you in action. I seen you in action. The last time I saw you in action personally was probably maybe a month ago, and y'all was playing down. Y'all opened for
Babylon.
for Kim and Scoop.
My birthday. It was my birthday celebration party.
Okay.
Yeah, Kim and Scoop.
And I watched you for the first time. Like, I watch MAB, but Congo is my buddy, so I always watch him when I see MAB, him and Tony. And I listen to listen what BJ do, but I watched you. And the way you took control of that stage, I was like, yeah. I never paid attention to you. I always heard you was always good, but that was the first time I paid attention to you. I said, yeah, she took control of that stage. Let me ask you a question. Did you come in the game like that, or how long did it take you to get to that point to take the type of control you took? Because that right there, you don't see too many people take control of the stage like that.
So honestly, I would say I came into go-go with that, but it just was not as strong.
Okay.
Because I came from the R&B circuit.
Oh,
So, being intimate in intimate crowds and stuff like that, walking through the crowd and singing to people,
Right.
I'm used to doing that. But being aggressive and,
Right.
and all of that and commanding the band to do certain stuff, no, I was not used to that. I was used to practicing a certain way, and the band, no matter, I didn't have to throw up a signal. Whatever we practiced was what we played. So it was different in go-go.
Well, I mean, but go-go is definitely an aggressive music.
It is. It's very, very
But
aggressive.
I'm very glad that you made the jump and you made the move to kind of get with it, take the whole lane of being aggressive, especially in the grind band lane. You got to have a certain aggression with that lane. It's the thing that I like about a lot of the women that's in the grind lane. Y'all will sing, but y'all also back up your lead talking too.
Yeah.
Because one
Absolutely.
thing, and I'm not saying this directly to nobody, but the women that I like to see up there is women that's gonna sing. Back up. If they gotta run the one, they can run the one too. every woman can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Every guy can't do it. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love what y'all do. And as far as you, I also looked at some of your other chemistry bands.
Mm.
So I want to know something. How did the whole is chemistry like a spin-off? I mean, a spin-off of chemistry band?
No, people tend to think that
Because Trey. Right.
Sydney, me, Ted, and Scotty all
Right.
came from chemistry band.
Right.
But like we all been all over. Like we all been doing different things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know how you just have your team and you
Right.
just when you build something new, you just bring them back. So that's
Right.
pretty much what it was. But it's not I wouldn't call it a spin-off.
Okay.
Because that was from years ago. You know, we have had several bands since then.
Okay.
But I feel like Go-Go's like that. Like a lot of it is just like a whole bunch of us that are talented.
Now, what I want to ask Charlie is, have y'all ever played in any bounce beat bands? Or
No.
I started out my first band. My first go-go band was Bounce Beat.
It was Bounce
So I
Beat.
actually jumped into go-go through the Bounce Beat circuit.
Okay, what was the name of it?
That first band was called Drastic Measures,
Okay, all right, I think I heard of them too.
DMB, and they actually just recently came back out. So they are currently playing.
Okay.
Oh, that's
now.
DMV band.
No,
DMB.
Oh, DMV. I never heard
Yeah,
of them.
DMV.
Yeah.
Drastic Measures
Yeah,
band.
never heard
Yeah,
of
no, they're like I said, they're on the Bounce Beat circuit. So
Okay.
they
Yeah.
cater to the younger crowd, but you know, whoever likes Bounce Beat.
So let me get this right. Okay, so
The
you
Uptown
came
band.
in the bounce beat circuit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now when you wanted to play in go-go bands, was your intent to play for a bounce beat band first, or was that the band that you just went to until you did something else?
No, that was so I didn't know that there was a such thing as bounce beat,
Right.
Congo. Like I didn't know there was a such thing as different lanes. I thought that everybody played
It was
everything.
in the R&B, so
Okay.
yeah.
So
that
I was
makes
like,
sense.
okay, well, I can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I actually left that band and heard some other bands, and I was just like, oh, so this is different.
Yeah.
Oh, so they don't play like this band, and that band don't play like that band, and this band don't play like that. I didn't know that.
Okay, so
So
what-
my cousin literally introduced. So I came back. I was living in Florida. I had graduated high school, moved
Okay.
down to Florida. I was down there for 2 years.
Okay.
When I came back up here, I told my cousin, I was like, you know what? I want to sing in a band. She said, oh, one of my friends has a band, and he's looking for a singer. So you want me to hook it up? And I was like, sure. So she hooked me up with him. I didn't really care for the band. We played, I want to say like 3 or 4 times, but they were too young-minded. They were still out here trying to fight people at shows and stuff. And I was
okay,
just
yeah.
like, yeah, that's not me.
That's crazy.
Granted, I was 19, 20, but I was like, yeah, I'm past that. So then I went on and went to Drastic Measures, and that's where I stayed with them for about 1.5 years. And he developed me a little bit more with the bounce beat, but that still wasn't me. And I was just like, this isn't my lane. Like I need the congos. I need that drive, like that stank face.
Okay, now okay, yeah. Let me ask you this: when you was in Florida, right? Okay, you said you were going to school down there.
No, I didn't go to school down
I
there.
thought you said you.
I graduated high school from here.
Okay.
And I moved because I just wanted.
To get okay.
I just needed a do-over.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What part of Florida was you actually?
I was in Orlando.
Okay, all right. My brother has been down Florida for about 13, 14 years, maybe 15, and I've experienced Florida. And when I say I've experienced the real Miami. I was down there one time. I said, I'm going for like 3 months. And I left. I was gone for like 3 months. And my ex, now she's my ex, but at the time I got back, she was mad, pissed off. I went back down there for 3 more weeks. I wasn't a good, I was tripping.
I was up north. I was in Orlando, not too far from Full Sail,
Okay.
where a lot of the producers and stuff, they go to school down there
Okay.
in Full Sail. So,
Okay. Well, one thing I noticed when I went down there, we went to a club called the Roxy, and it was a Latin type crowd. And I don't know what it was, but it had a sound like go-go. It wasn't it was Latin mixed with something, but the Latin percussion, it wasn't your normal drive.
I was just about to say,
it
it's
had a
probably
drum.
Cuban.
It had a drum drive. You know how Latin music, it's just the drive and the rhythm is
Yeah.
based off the congo. But this had a drive to it, almost like a go-go kick. And the people down there, they loved it. And I was like, you know what? And I said to myself, I said, go-go can go anywhere because it make you move.
Yeah.
This right here is almost a go-go sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Florida
And
is.
it
Florida
make you
was
move.
that the Cubano, Puerto Rican,
Yeah.
you know, everything mixed in.
Right.
Yeah, they did that real nice.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that. I heard a song last night of y'all's. It's called Call Me.
Call me.
Yeah, I heard that. I like that.
You did? Okay.
It was cool. It was a Rototom groove.
Yeah,
too.
that's original.
And it
so.
sound real good.
Yeah.
And y'all need to get your original game up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
And then, but
original.
that been out. Y'all did that like a year ago, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's been
Okay.
out for a while.
All
Quite
right.
some time.
Now, I want to ask you a serious question
Mm.
because y'all was hot. Re-Up was hot. Maybe the year, last year or year before last? Y'all was playing everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you got a pandemic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Explain how important the momentum is with that.
Well, it's just a lot of recording and getting more originals and really just staying busy and really practicing on the craft and making it better. So that's what we are right now. We're just recording and doing more originals. We got a few more originals. We just did a Christmas song, but we got some original stuff that we're working on right now. And just keeping the momentum going like that because we're not
Right.
really going to play much more, I don't think. So we just going to pretty much focus on.
What do you tell your sons at a time like this with so much going on, crazy, wild stuff going on?
Yeah.
How do you talk to your sons about that?
Well, thank God I have a husband that is just so in their lives. He's so involved.
yes.
And so he talks to them a lot about,
good.
you know, from a male point of view
Right.
of, because my son is, the oldest one is 18, so of course, but both of them, the 18-year-old and the 12-year-old, they both watch a lot of YouTube.
Right.
So my son sometimes gets that stuff mixed up with reality. Like,
Right.
he like, oh, I know what I'm going to say to the police. They try to pull me over. I'm going to tell them that they don't have no right to and all of that.
Right.
So we just pretty much tell them the real world. Like,
Right.
you can't do that. You know, you have to comply. You got to do what you're supposed
Right.
to do.
First of all,
You
keep
see
yourself safe.
Exactly. So me and the 18-year-old, we're very, very close. So we talk about everything. So I've been
Right.
talking to him since he was little
Right.
about just being black, being a black boy,
Right.
how to carry himself. And I'm so grateful to God that he turned out the way that he did. He's so laid back and just chill. Like, he don't really go too many places. He work, and he in the 12th grade. So he don't really have a lot going on, but he does have the knowledge that he needs when he's not with us to do the right things. So I'm just grateful. And we just have real life talks, you know, about everything. Like, even stuff in the news, we talk about
Right.
it just to get his perspective on how he feels about certain things. And he don't like a lot of stuff that's happened.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least he understand that the things that's going on
Yeah.
is not supposed to be the way they are.
Exactly.
Because one thing that we had, the big problem we do have in our community,
Yeah.
we get into this situation where we start accepting
Exactly.
things and
Exactly.
not realizing that this is not normal.
Yeah.
It's not normal
Yeah.
for you to feel like, you know, that you deserve to be treated like that.
Exactly.
It's not normal for you to feel like, okay, if you know, I can't get a job, I need to go hit the block.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's like almost a job that everybody done
Yeah.
had in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When our
Absolutely.
demographic and our race. So it's good that he doesn't think like that. Because
Absolutely.
sometimes our own mind will imprison us.
Yeah.
But what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to a quick break and we'll be right back on Let's Have a Sit Down.
Yes.
Let me
Welcome back to Let's Have a Sit Down. We have another guest at the table. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself because you've been making noise lately too. You and your crew.
My name is Angel. I am the First Lady of CMB.
Yes.
So that is who I am.
Okay. Well, Angel, you got 2 years in the game,
Yes.
right?
I'm
That's
the
what's
baby
up.
out the group.
And you the baby out the group.
She doing it though.
What made you want to play in a go-go band?
Well, I love music,
Okay.
period. I've been singing ever since I was young. And my nephew, actually, who's Wuzu, he was the lead talker at the time. So
Who's your nephew?
Wuzu's my
That's
nephew.
that's my buddy right
Yes.
there. I didn't know that.
I'm the baby of this group, and I'm the baby of the family.
Okay.
So he got me in. They needed a female singer. So Wuzu brought me there. Andy kept me there.
Okay.
That's our manager. So that's how I got in there, and I loved it.
So let me ask you this: what was your influence on the go-go side? As far as is there any other female singers that you look at that kind of like, I wouldn't say be like, but maybe you might pattern yourself a little bit after, or a combination that you would get their styles and make yourself?
Honestly, in the go-go realm, because I was told to do my homework when I joined.
No, that's good.
Do
You
your
got
homework.
to.
Do your homework. So honestly, I didn't see anyone who really mimicked me or had my voice or my presence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if anything, and I'm not trying to gas anyone, but like I reached out to my girl over here,
Yes,
Justice J,
Justice.
That's what's
because
up.
the stage presence was very similar. We like
Right.
to have fun. We party on stage
Yes.
and stuff like that. So she's technically, not even technically, that's my mentor.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's
You know
what's
what?
up.
That's
Why women get along better?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have DJ and RB and Sean and and Bam.
Yeah.
Oh, Bam was off the chain. Bam had the meanest teacher in school at one time.
They
Miss
do
Bullock.
all of that for ratings.
I know they do. Them two.
Because they love each other.
And
for
I love
real.
them. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something that's special about those guys. When go-go is talked about historically years from now, you're not gonna be able to mention one without the other. And I think this game, that's what make it great. Cause I love to hear the older guys from like the early '80s,
Right.
and mid '80s talk, and it's like, daggone, it make you wish you was out back then. You know what I
used to
mean?
have fun
So
back
now
then,
y'all
too.
gonna have y'all own historic times. You know, there's gonna people that's gonna link y'all together and everything. But I know y'all got your cards in front of y'all. I want y'all to pick them cards up. And I want to tell what they gonna tell me what they say.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You said say
Say
what
it.
it says?
Yeah, tell me. I mean, whoever want to go first.
Trying to be a player.
Trying to be a player.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever go when you go into the practice spot, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever just tried to jump on anything and just trying to play on it?
yeah.
Well, okay, so what is it? And knowing damn, can you play the cowbell?
No.
And you know damn well you shouldn't be playing,
Yeah, I
right?
tried it though. I tried it. Definitely cannot be a
We
player.
all do it. We all do it. We all do it. I
It
do it.
sounds
I get
sucky.
on stuff trying to play it, trying to
Yeah.
play drums, and my leg hurt, my other leg hurt, and then my arms hurt, and then I'm sitting there mad at the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your card say, Miss Angel?
Mine says no ins and outs.
No ins and outs. All right, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Hold up, I gotta look at my card. I got. This is a trick question right here. This is a trick question right here. All right.
I was about to pick this up earlier and be like, what's on this card? But I'm glad I didn't.
I need you to give me an instance when you you know what, you got the right card too. I didn't know you was gonna sit there, but I want you to give me an instance when you first got in the band where you was like, man, what myself into? I don't know if this is the right thing for me.
Ooh, child. Let's see. I remember. Oh, it was my very first show. So when I joined, I was pregnant. So it was my first show at Twin Lakes.
Right.
I think it was called Twin Lakes or Twin Oaks. I don't remember. It was my show there.
Oh, your mic.
Oh, sorry. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. You like it like this?
Some of our Timbales, I could do a Timbale joint,
Mm-hmm.
and that would probably be the second to last. But because it's junkyard
Oh.
and they known for the congos,
Right.
Nah, we gonna go out cranking, and we gonna go out cranking hard.
Hey, hey.
Now, if
that's
we was
what's up.
closing, if we was on a card with a bounce beat band, I'll end it with a bounce. But nah, out of homage and respect to who we playing with, nah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna ask y'all a real serious question, and I meant to ask this actually with my last panel of women stars. Have y'all ever experienced a time where, you don't have to name names, or if you want to name names, has anybody ever disrespected you in any type of way because you were a woman and you felt that I'm a woman, they felt that you were a woman in this industry, and they could basically get away with however they might have came at you or disrespected you in any way?
You mean like band members? or
Nah,
people
not
outside
band members.
of our
I don't think,
band?
but y'all wouldn't be with the bands if I don't know if any band members did it, but outside the band, cause
I would say I have experiences for both.
I don't have no experiences
you
with
never
that.
had. That's good.
Except for like people put comments on like YouTube things like, "Oh, Trey and the boys," like it's not a girl in a band. I'm the main one singing,
Right,
so I'm like,
right,
what?
right, right,
like, are you
right,
retarded
right.
or what?
Yeah.
Right.
But other than that, no other experiences. For me.
Now, in any of your case, and what did you say? What was your response to
I
that
said,
question?
I agree with her. Same, both in and out.
So let me ask you something. Did that situation kind of turn you off from the music for a little bit, or?
It did. So I had a situation with when I had quit MAB, I had went to Mature Clientele, and there was an incident at Rio Studio. Well, everything happens at Rio Studio. Jesus.
Crazy.
Shout out to Rio.
Yeah, shout out to him.
So yeah, there was an instance that happened, a situation that happened where a female was brought in and she got very disrespectful. She was not a part of the band, but she felt like she had say so. And she felt like she could speak for Sean. And I didn't appreciate it. So with me
Right.
being the sister of the band, I'm going to be protective of my brother
Right.
and my brothers, everybody
Right,
else in
right,
the
right.
band.
I got
So
you.
when I feel that somebody is attacking us, yeah, I'm coming in
Right.
beast mode. So
Right.
I'm sitting there and I'm paying attention to everything, and yeah, that situation happened. So an altercation took place, and the person who I started out protecting did not protect me.
I got you.
That was the last straw. I quit that band and have not been back.
Okay.
For a while, that I said, yeah, I'm done with go-go.
Right.
Because for the simple fact that I'm going to be in a band with somebody and I don't feel protected,
Right.
no, never. I said I would never put myself in that situation again. And I said if I ever go back to another band, it'll be with BJ.
Right.
It's going to be MAB because I know for a fact that BJ has my back no matter what. I don't care who it is. I did for a second play with Band of Brothers, but that was literally a couple of months. And
Okay, that was Brian and
Yeah, yep.
Shout out to Brian
B-Man,
too,
yep.
man. B-Man, what's up, brother?
yeah. And then I ended up back with MAB.
Yeah. I did a show. I did a show with Band of Brothers when he started doing it at Bid for You.
Mm-hmm.
The first one. It was before. Actually, it was right before I got incarcerated, and I was on bail at the time. And I'll be trying to look for that clip, but I can't find it. But yeah, Brian is a cool guy too, man. That's my buddy right there. And what was it for you? I mean, you don't have to say whatever you want, you know.
I'm a no-cut cost type of person, so
Hey,
I tell it like it is.
I can
so.
tell you are. Because you take the stage and just control it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's similar to hers because when you have a band, you have the females
Right.
that follow or whatever the case may be. So in my case, it was some of our followers and some people who are associated
Okay.
with the band but don't play an instrument.
Right.
The side eyes, the texts, the nonsense, and
Right.
and anybody who knows me, I'm also non-nonsense.
Right. You
Because
ain't
I
gonna play
talk
the
like
game.
this. Because I can back it up.
I dig it.
So I mean, and ever since Gut's been in the band, like I know he has my back as well.
Right.
So he has no time for that foolishness, and he deads it.
Right.
If I don't dead it, he will dead it.
I got you.
And
I got
Andy
you.
tries to dead it as well. So
And shout out to the brothers that protect these ladies up here.
Yes.
You know, that one thing about a woman, y'all is, I think women in general, y'all want to have sense of security
Heck
in
yeah.
anything that y'all are
Heck
involved
yeah.
in.
Yep.
And you know, very understandable. I'm not a woman, but I'm saying everybody want to feel secure. My cousin played in my table right here. I can see a difference.
Yeah.
I see Rhea, y'all, you know, Trey slick talking. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He's real slick with it. Y'all smooth with it.
Yeah.
Gut get a little grimy with it. You know what I mean? And then BJ, the pace he have y'all playing, it's like a real drag. It drags. You know, and that's part of y'all makeup. But what is it? What's the politics that y'all see? That you know that y'all see? Y'all obviously see. I don't know how big y'all voice your opinion on it, but name some of the politics y'all see to the point where people kind of try to keep y'all from being in a certain situation that y'all deserve to be in. I'm just being honest, cause a lot of these bands would go up there and give it to some of them bands at any time.
Who
I'm
wants
just
to
being
go
honest.
first? Because I'm sure we all got some
It's
stuff.
right, all the
Say it.
simplest. It's the favoritism for me.
Favoritism,
It's
yeah.
that for me.
I
And
just said something about that earlier.
I say that because like each of our lead talkers, I don't really know that much about your lead talker, but what I do know about BJ and Trey, both of them are vets. Like BJ been around so long and so has Trey, and like when you mention lead talkers like in the grind circuit, like you cannot help but to mention them. So but a lot of times you got your favorites. I ain't gonna name the names, but it's just a lot. They don't get what they deserve.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know
And
what I mean?
agree.
And I don't know. That's just all. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's the favoritism, and even for the females.
Oh,
Right.
So
Yeah. If you don't fit a certain mold,
yeah,
you don't sing a certain way, you don't do certain things, dress a certain way,
yeah,
they, blacklist you. And,
Yeah.
Gut too, he's a veteran. Like,
Yep.
he
Right.
told me to do my homework.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's been in a lot of bands. I mean, Mix It Up was going places,
that's what's
Right.
up.
knocking doors down. So, I see that, hey, we'll play this for under this, or, they're on the card, they're this and that and that. I'm not in those conversations. I'm around those conversations, and it sucks. It
Right.
sucks because we busting our asses.
Yeah,
We're doing practice. We're learning things. We're, creating things, and just to be sidelined. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We were sidelined majorly one time, and it sucked.
that
Right.
really
It was
sucks.
sucked, and it was embarrassing. For what? For what reason?
Right. Right.
I do got one other thing.
Mm.
So like another thing I don't like as far as the politics is that some of these the people in the whatever circuit you want to call them or whatever, they'll
Right.
be like, y'all need to have more originals. Da, da, da. We put out originals, and then y'all don't like it, or y'all
But-
y'all don't
but-
know
but-
it,
but-
and then y'all like,
But some of them up here, they don't have a rhythm.
yeah. So I be so
Exactly.
confused.
And then
I
there's
be
some
like,
bands that go hit other go-go band
Yeah.
stuff, and they're up here.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Like
so
you asking for
confused.
something, but
Exactly.
Right.
You give it
then
to you, and it's
don't
want
still
it.
a problem.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
what do
what you
y'all
guys
want?
want?
What do you want?
Right. Yeah, let's have a
So,
sit
yeah,
down. We
that's-
down
those
for
are
the
two
grind.
things
you
that
know?
I don't care for.
So for me, the politics would be everything that both of them just said.
Right.
But then what I have personally experienced with MAB is we'll get told, oh, nah, y'all can't play with us. Y'all crank too hard.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Y'all can't
happening.
open for us because y'all gonna take our crowd.
Yeah.
I can see
What?
that.
Take your
We've gotten
spot.
that too.
Yeah,
so
we've
I can
literally,
see that.
we have literally been told that.
I can see that.
And then we've also been told, we'll talk to some of the other grind bands and we'll see, because they've opened up for,
Right.
some of these other bands. And then if a day they can't do it, they'll call us. We
Right.
reach out to each other all the time, right?
Right.
So we ended up trying to get onto a show with another opening band, a larger band. And all of a sudden, we were told we have to sell tickets.
Yeah.
MAB has to sell a minimum of 50 tickets.
Yeah.
That's not the agreement that y'all
No.
had with the other band.
But y'all
Right.
could do it though. Y'all
We
could sell it,
could,
but that's not the point. That's not
if
the
we was
point.
playing with y'all every week,
Yeah.
y'all don't mind selling
They,
Exactly.
tickets.
but did you
But
know
what we're
what?
not about to do is sit up here and sell tickets.
And play games.
play
basically.
games.
We're playing
last
games.
minute. How about the day
Yeah.
before the show?
Exactly.
Right.
The day before the
Exactly.
show, all
Stuff
of a
like
sudden
that.
we have to sell tickets.
Let me get, you know
Yeah.
what makes it real disrespectful when they do that is because they would not ever ask none of them other bands to do that.
Exactly.
Never.
And this what people gotta understand. They talk about earning your way, and I get it, and making sure the doors get covered or whatever. But if that's the case, I think in go-go is too many big U's, little me's. I do.
Yeah, I saw your post.
I can't stand that shit. And
Yeah.
I don't even normally cuss on my platform, but I'm
Yeah.
doing it about that.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense because ain't nobody out here getting a residual, maybe a very few from like the 80s or something, but ain't nobody in that lane to be playing big me's, little you's.
Right.
Me personally, I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to see little things that I'm not even worrying about who gonna reach out to me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when I was inside of a jail cell, I was the only one there. And ain't no bunk beds in the coffin. You understand what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, what is it that y'all feel needs to be done to change the big me, little you situation in the genre?
All right, I guess I'll go first. One thing I know that we have been trying to do is to not like fall for it. So like
Right.
basically what that means is do your own shows, do your own thing. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
good.
Stay in your own lane and or create new lanes.
Right,
Create
right.
new avenues or new ways because like the younger generation, half of them don't even like go-go.
Right.
So now what do we have? So we need
Right.
to be making records. We need to be having our own shows and stop falling for like, I know sometimes some bands undercut other bands. Like you say you can't do it because you want your set price and then you go to this band, oh, we'll do it for free.
Right.
It's a lot of that. So it might need to be some type of communication between
Right.
the lead talkers or
Right.
some kind of way. I don't know how to form it, but something like that along those lines will probably be very helpful for the grind circuit.
You know, and excuse me, and that would be very beautiful for y'all to kind of come together and a lot of the lead talkers. Because I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
up top, they doing the same thing.
We know it.
And I'm going to be honest. I got y'all, if y'all do it, y'all will be more real with each other than them
Yeah.
up top.
Yeah.
They going to have a problem up top, watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Watch.
I was
Because
saying,
a lot
MAB,
of
we've played on a couple of
Right.
shows together.
Yeah.
I think we've done like
We've done it
one.
one, but we
Yeah.
played on two, and we
Yeah.
can do more. We
Yeah.
just gotta
Right.
get through all this stuff,
Yeah.
and then we'll have more opportunities to do all
I mean,
that.
I just think that you know, and when I look at all these bands, and I was one, y'all started in what 2007, 2006, 2007,
2006.
and
This
you
band
2
has-
years in.
I'm 2 years in.
2
And
years
the band
in.
has been around for over 13 years.
Okay. Well, to let you know the direction I come from, y'all heard of the promoter Big Butch, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I played in my band, and sometimes we was on Big Butch shows, sometimes we wasn't. Sometimes we did our own show. We went out, got our own system, did our own thing. We didn't have to play with nobody.
Yeah.
We played with Northeast Groovers one time. That was it. We played out West Virginia. That was in 1995. And when we got our system, the big issue with us is nobody seeing us. When nobody's seeing us, because we don't need to play with nobody. We made our own money. And then in 97, they started doing the Icebox battles. That's when I met BJ. That's when I met RB. Week later, before that, I met Bam. Sean, I'd already known Sean from Perfection. I had seen him when I first moved to VA. And the thing about it is, you know, during that era, it was cool. And I think it might have been, you know, this whole favoritism thing going. You know, wasn't no social media. So you don't have the ampage of a bunch of people who don't even know how to hook up a damn mic cord. But want to be so critical. Yes, I said it. Can't hook up a mic cord, but want to be so critical.
Have a lot to say.
And I'll take it from my man Roger Mayweather. Most motherfuckers don't know shit about go-go. It's just
They don't.
real.
They don't.
You know, and I'm just gonna say, you know, during that time, what I would do is all of them Big Butch bands, I used to listen to every last one of them because I liked the fact that everybody sounded different.
Yeah.
But the thing now is nobody wants to do that. They want to hear the top name this, top name that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a lot of the top name bands are playing the same thing they've been playing for the last years. And then they asking for original sound. Let me ask y'all a question about going into a national situation. And do y'all agree with this? I told somebody before, I said, if you take a band that's one of these bands, and then you take a grind band out of town where don't nobody know them, I think that the grind bands can have just as much success as them because nobody's caught up on the household name.
Yeah,
And we're
I
hungry.
agree.
And
Exactly.
y'all hungry.
We're hungry.
And some of y'all got better material.
We practice.
We practice too. Yeah, we don't have to rely on, oh, they know this, they're gonna rock to
No,
it.
we
You know what I'm
practice.
saying?
You know?
But see, I can't even say that sometimes because I don't want to be disrespectful to. I'm gonna just say it because, like I said, I don't got no cook-offs. Sweet Thing.
Right.
Sweet Thing started out on the grind circuit,
Absolutely.
so I gotta
Right.
shout her
Absolutely.
out because
Right, right.
that.
she did get picked up by that.
Yes.
But then
She
it's
was
like
with, what's
she
it,
was
Loud?
with Loud.
Loud Band. Yeah.
So yeah,
And then
she
Click.
did her thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Click
Click.
Band too.
Mhm.
She did her thing, but then it's like now. When you look at her previous videos and you look at her with Back Now,
It's a,
she's a totally different singer.
Yeah.
She's
Right.
not the same.
yeah.
Right.
And I hate that. I hate it. And I'm gonna just be honest with you. I hate it because Sweet Thing used to be a flat out performer.
Running
Right.
that one.
And she don't do it no more.
Right.
She just stands there and it's like robotic.
'Cause you-
Beautiful voice.
Absolutely.
Right.
Beautiful voice.
Yes.
But she's so robotic because she has to conform
Conform to what the team
exactly
is doing. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I totally get it. As far as that. But I will say this though. When it comes to women performers, I noticed it started being a trend. I can't remember exactly what year, but it seemed like now everybody had a woman singer. Cause I remember in like the early '90s, going up into the mid '90s, you didn't really see too many women singers. You might see a
Yeah.
lady get up there and guest appearance with R.E. or something
Yeah.
like that, or you had other bands they might have did guest appearance. But it seemed like, and I cannot pinpoint the time, it seemed like everybody had one woman that sing on their front line. Everybody had a first lady now. It was like it was a trend. It was like the NFL. Everybody somebody start running the run and shoot. Now everybody running run and shoot offense. So it's the same thing. And let me ask y'all this. Did y'all know of anybody, did y'all look at anybody like in the 80s era, it was any female singer that y'all might have looked at?
I like
back
Miss
then?
Kim. That's who I
That was who you-
yeah, that was who I liked.
Yeah.
I used to get snuck into the Club U. I was like 15, getting snuck in there to see Essence, and I liked her. I seen her come a long way because
Right.
I remember when she wasn't really that great of a performer, but
Right.
she had the voice, and then I seen her turn into a wonderful performer. So I like her.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
that's
one
what's
of the people I like.
Yeah, that.
And
that
she don't
is-
do too much. I like that about her.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, y'all are just talented, and I think y'all got to keep moving and pushing. And I say that to the whole grind circuit. To me, the grind circuit is go-go.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against the bands up top. It's just that I think the beauty of go-go is the difference of the sounds and the
Yeah.
difference of the mentalities, the difference of the lead talkers, and you kind of got that up top. But it's like, come on, it's the same thing every damn year though.
Yeah.
For the past 20-something years. And I'm not saying that anybody got to hold your hand and say, come on up here. But my thing is to the fans, take a chance to go see other bands. Just take the chance to see other bands,
Yeah.
and because I've sat down and talked to some people who go to the go-go, and it's like, oh, I ain't never heard of them. Or why you ain't going to go
And they
see them,
just
because
be
I ain't
sitting
heard
there
of them. Have you ever heard them? Yeah, but I mean, but what's the name? Just do this, and I'm like, okay, so what is it that separate these other bands from them?
Exactly.
And they can't tell you nothing.
Because they just don't like you.
They-
Because you're
yeah.
not who they like.
Yeah.
Well,
They
number
just be
one,
standing
they
there looking
don't
at you.
know
You
the
be
difference
like,
between a
crazy.
hi-hat open and a
Yeah.
hi-hat closed.
Yeah.
People are afraid to change. They're so.
Been waiting for the.
They must got Sprint.
Right now. They must don't want to hear what we
I
got.
don't know. They're still on the line that got the channel up.
I hear something.
I know. They just breathe
I
on the
just,
phone.
yeah, I heard them breathe.
It's females on the show, but it ain't that type of show.
All right,
I kind of wanted to know who calling, but
I
you know,
know.
we got the roll.
Hit up us on our live then.
Yeah, call back.
I want to ask you a question. Something funny happened to me one day, right? All right. So I'm on Facebook. My buddy Congo, he Yeah, MAB, you know, and everything. So I'm thinking, you know, he put Congo E going live or something he had on it. Congo E, good guy. That's my buddy, my CPU brother. Shout out to you, Congo E. So we go to a page, we go to some, I don't know what was going on. And I think you was doing something for your brand or something. And I go in there, this ain't MAB. I'm seeing monuments and, you know, little mini Washington monuments, for lack of a better word. I'm not gonna say it. She's in the adult industry and you sell adult product.
I do. It was a private group on Facebook to where people had to get invited in. So it wasn't like I was just, you know, live on Facebook. No,
I was
it was
like,
a private
Congo,
group.
what you done got me into, man?
So I do. So I'm a sexual health and wellness consultant.
Right.
And I educate people and I also help you with, you know, getting your sexual needs. I sell lingerie, sex toys, lubricants, edible lubricants, massage stuff, everything. You name it, I sell it.
Go on there and just type in a question or anything. If they can't get the
Let me see.
get her to come through.
Hey, everybody.
She ain't coming through yet.
Hey, Rock. Hey, Madonna. Hey, Laura.
Did you?
What's going on?
She knows.
I can't hear her.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have to move on. Well, after we, you know, the monuments and everything.
I have so much more than monuments. Stop saying that.
All right. Look now. Do y'all do anything? You know, your own. You know, anything as far as your own entrepreneurship type deal.
Yeah, I have a podcast that I do. It's basically on the spiritual side because I call myself a kingdom hairstylist because I try to teach other hairstylists how to include God in their business.
Okay.
So the podcast talks about that, and then I have a hoodie line. So it's God Family Hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so it's been doing pretty well. I had the podcast for almost 2 years now,
Right.
and I have a lot of downloads and a lot of listeners that come through there. So yeah, that's what I pretty much do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you a woman of God.
Absolutely.
Have you ever played for Go-Go Gospel Band?
No, but I come from gospel music.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Been singing since I was 5.
All right.
So yeah.
And as far as you, Miss Angel, you
So-
have anything like that you into entrepreneur wise?
Yes, prior to joining GoGo, my side hustle, I was doing decorations for like weddings,
Ooh.
birthday parties, all that stuff. So Wuzu has a wedding coming up.
Yes.
So, it's being postponed because of COVID, but yeah, I was heavy into that. Like I said, when I joined, I was pregnant, so I put that on pause.
Yeah.
And then I do hair and cook. So
You do hair too.
All right, well y'all out there, y'all listen to these ladies.
You know what?
Y'all listen to the ladies, and I like you said side hustle. See, people have
I'm
they have a
sorry, guys,
way
I don't know why y'all
of taking
can't
that
hear.
word hustle and making it just, you know, it's not a big deal. But let me tell people something out there. Let me tell y'all in TV land out there. Ain't nothing wrong with the word hustle. The only thing wrong with the word hustle is if you ain't got none. Because I'm gonna tell you now in the pandemic, you got to be real creative
Yeah.
to, you know, do what you got to do. I want to ask you a question about being a band that's coming from as far as y'all are located and where are y'all located?
we just claim Manassas, but we're all from Woodbridge, West Virginia, Winchester.
Okay.
So we'll just say Manassas, not Frederick. Berg, Manassas. Manassas.
Oh, the content, man, I don't know what you talking about. Oh man, that's a crazy car commercial. Okay, let me ask you this. What kind of like, I don't want to say setbacks, but what type of hurdles do y'all have to overcome being located, being the band that's out there that far?
As in like being out in Virginia and not like in the Maryland circuit, DC Maryland circuit.
Yeah, I just say in Virginia.
Let's just say, I mean, other VA bands.
Right.
Other VA bands, you know what I'm saying? You know, you were talking about earlier, what do people do to block you and stuff like that. And,
Right.
you know, other VA bands, sometimes it's like Crabs in a bucket.
In VA, inside of VA.
Inside VA, yeah, inside VA, it is crabs in a bucket, and you can agree to disagree, but I mean, it is. There's blockage everywhere. Just like she said, they would, oh, we don't want you because you're gonna take our spot. We don't want you, or they'll skimp you on your time. Oh, you had 30 minutes, now you got 20 minutes. Oh, you got 15 minutes. So I would say that, and then for us, it's just like, Go-Go doesn't really. I did my homework. It doesn't. I don't feel like they respect Virginia bands.
Right.
Meaning, like, we're just like some hillbillies with pots and pans. You know, like, I feel like we don't really get that respect, that we're not hood, we're not this, or whatever you want to, connotations you want to put on it. So, and I've seen it, you know, because I'm always on the sidelines and I just watch.
And that's crazy because two great people come out of VA, Steve Roy and Sweet Thing. And it's some others. It's a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you know, I like what y'all doing with CMB. I like what MLB is doing. I liked what Yes Band was doing. I don't know, you know, why they, you know, why they didn't stay together. You know, I think Virginia has a very strong, it has a strong go-go tradition that a lot of people don't know about. And I can take it back to my band when we was playing. Point blank, we was like, I don't know, we was like some renegades because we played in VA, but we went to DC and everything and played. They liked us. We played the Icebox. Then we was playing uptown, up Emerson Street and everything. But I had, you know, I had befriended some people in some certain arenas of life. Not in they weren't good guys, but, you know, I knew them. And, you know, and shout out to my man Chris, R.I.P., Chris Nichols. He passed a few years ago. He died actually in a prison. He was doing life. And me and him we were cool, and he got us in a lot of positions. And then I had ties over there, because that's where I'm originally from. Because when I moved to VA, that's when I started the band.
Okay.
And it was crazy because in Woodbridge, see, they got Babylon now. Wasn't no Babylon.
No, wasn't not.
And it was one of them things, like, if you go in there, they wanted to basically tell you, look, nigga, we ain't letting you play in this damn place. So, you know, what I want to tell a lot of people over the water, you know, that DC and Maryland have their own situations they go through, but Virginia got you've been to Florida. Pretty sure you've been to other places. Pretty sure you've been to other places. A lot of times when people act like that, that means they ain't been nowhere.
Yeah, of course.
That's what it is, product of your environment. So, you know, don't let that discourage you in any way. Because believe it or not, whether we want to realize it or not, Virginia right now is really, it's almost holding, you know, the go-go community together through the pandemic, because there's a lot of spots that people are playing in Virginia.
Thanks for
You
shutting
know.
us down.
And
I am going to say that.
and the fact of the matter is, you know, it's a lot of people playing. You know, that's where all the shows at. You know, right
All of
now.
a sudden, Virginia, we are hot pocket.
But the thing about it is, if Go-Go's goal is to get worldwide, why would you hate somewhere that you're right next to? I mean, I'm sorry, but Virginia, it's all in the same area to me.
I've never separated it. I just feel like go-go is go-go.
It's
You know what I
go-go.
mean? I don't be like, oh,
And-
VA
and,
band, Maryland band,
Yeah,
DC.
and see,
I
what
never
people don't
separated.
understand is,
Yeah.
a lot of people in VA is not from VA. And even if they not from VA, if you a drummer and you learning how to play, you learn how to play your instrument.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just like if a coach showed a football play, right?
Yeah.
Just because you went to Oklahoma University don't mean that you can't run and shoot, or you can't run this type of play. No, it's about learning and executing. And, you know, everybody execute the same way I learned how to play the congos. It's another person that might be in San Francisco that know how to play congos. So, you know, I look at that as kind of crazy, because I remember they showed a clip of a band in Japan.
I was going to say.
Did you see that?
Yeah. And
Did you see how many people was liking it?
Yeah.
And that's great.
They
That's
was beating
good.
their feet.
Really?
Yes.
I ain't
That's-
see it.
that's
There's
great.
one in UK, they were beating their feet.
I need to
Like,
look it
it
up.
was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna look it up.
it was one with a Japanese, bunch of Japanese people playing go-go
Wow,
music.
I
They
ain't
was
never
playing
see
the
it.
instruments.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
And at the same time, it was very beautiful. But my thing is, and there was a lot of people liking it. But if you say something about a VA band, which is right next door to
Next
you,
door.
actually it touches you. You talk down on them now. That never made sense to me.
Still
And
don't
that's
make
where
sense.
we gotta
I
get
know.
ourselves. That's
I
where
think I know what that is,
It still
though.
don't
make
So
sense.
I actually had that conversation with somebody, and the difference between that is, it is because it's a different culture. People are going to look at it as, oh, that's so cute, that's so tight, because we didn't think that they could do that.
right,
And because VA didn't start Go-Go,
right.
they're looked at as wannabes instead of somebody who
Wow.
who can join in
Right.
on the culture, because this is part of their culture too.
Right.
So
So
it's just a
I don't- I
stupid
just
way
never-
of
very
thinking.
I ain't
That's
But
never
if
all.
they
did
think
that.
that way, but then where did rap start? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same thing like with rap.
Well, you know what? I tell people quick. I was born in D.C., lived in Maryland, now I'm in VA. Look, I'm a mutt.
DMV.
Uptown Forest Bridge. You know, all of them all in one. And I'm gonna tell you, it ain't a lot of people that got more go-go in them than me. So it ain't got nothing to do with where you're from and all that.
It
It's
don't.
about how serious you take this game and whether you really love it or not. Because guess
Yeah.
what? In 1996, you know, us Congo players, we go through, we pee out blood when we play. A lot of people don't
I've
know
heard,
that.
yeah,
I've
I've
heard
heard
that.
that.
Sometimes we vomit, we get sick. I was in the hospital for 8 days. Doctor told me you might not want to play again. I cried. I said, "No, I'm gonna play again." See, you got to have some go-go in you to do that. Because I'm gonna tell you, I almost lost my life. I had to get a piece of my kidney taken out for that.
I'm glad you better.
I love this game. I love this game. It's the only thing that I've seen in life that I'm like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those things. But like I said, don't let it discourage you. But we'll be going to a break, and when we get back, we're gonna get more in depth with these two ladies right here, Miss Justice and Miss Angel.
Yeah. See y'all later. He just kicked me.
Welcome back to Let's Have a Sit Down. I hope y'all been enjoying our show lately. It's been great. I got some more monsters coming up. This is the last show of the year, and 2021 we're gonna be doing a lot more things, you know. And y'all gonna be back on 2001. You know, I'm gonna try to get your respectable organizations back up here, cause I definitely dig and love what y'all doing.
Thank you.
I want to ask you a question. I talked to Gut a couple days ago, and it's gonna get a little serious. What I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
I heard you battle cancer.
Yes.
What was that like?
What is it like?
What,
I would say, is it?
what was it?
It's still ongoing.
Okay.
I'll be very honest. It's a lot.
It is.
A lot. It's more mental
Right.
than physical. And I have some days, like, it started to hit me that we'll have a show and then it takes me a long time to recover.
Right.
And I don't show it, but me and Gut live together, so
Right.
you know, I try to hide it as best as possible, but I'll be laid up in the bed the next day.
Right.
So it's been hard, and my family that have been there, thank you guys so much. My non-blood family, because we're all spread out, so not everybody knows. So
Right.
hey guys, now you know.
Oh,
And
terrible.
I'm gonna ring the bell. I'm gonna ring the imaginary bell this coming Wednesday. So it's been hard. It's
Right.
been hard. My PET scan came back, so everything was clear. So we're ringing the imaginary bell on Wednesday. That'll be my last day of radiation. And God
Okay.
has been so good. I can't really get up here and cry and complain about it because my fellow sisters that are in it. Shout out to Ms. Ruby. I love you. We usually go in at the same time. You know, people have it worse than me.
Right.
I'm a single mom. I'm able to be in a band, have 2 jobs,
Right.
and still function the way I do. And my down moments, nobody has seen it.
I have an aunt that has it, and when my aunt, this lady, I love her so much. She's like my sister, my other mother. That's my aunt though.
Yeah.
You know, and then what it is she's the youngest out of my father and his brothers and all that, so she kind of closer to my age than the rest of them, and we very close. Shout out to you, Aunt JoJo, because you doing your thing with that bout as well. Do y'all, hey, from CMB to, hey, look, from Miss Angel CMB, go on JoJo.
Yes.
Let me ask you, are you part of any organizations that kind of deal with that?
Yes, I am. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups concerning breast cancer, and I'm just cheerleading people who have it worse than me. There's a lady who's on there. I will not, because of HIPAA, I will not disclose her name, but we're very, very close. I met her on one of the Facebook cancer sites. And actually, my manager, Andy's wife, battled cancer too. And as anybody who knows me, I'm very private, so it was very even
Right.
hard for me to talk to people about it. And Miss Karen, like, just her little text messages here and there, I love you. She's awesome. Like, I look at her and I see strength, and she has it worse than me. You know what I'm saying? You know, reconstruction and all that stuff. I'm
Right.
just, I'm the baby. I had radiation. Poor me. You know, so. I just look at them and I keep my mouth shut because I feel like it's a disservice to those who have the real hard battle
Going
scars
through it.
and are going through the trenches. And I'm not trying to belittle anybody who's just going through radiation, because radiation is a lot. People don't understand it's sucking energy. You have a machine.
Right.
Like, if you've ever had an MRI scan or a PET scan or anything like that, you're weak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're weak. So, you know, I don't want to belittle anybody who's at my stage as well, but it's hard, and everybody handles it differently. And it took me months to tell my band members. Gut knew something was real up, but
Right.
I would just fight him, like, shut up, leave me alone. Right? But I had to tell him just in case. It went down south, and it went quickly, because we don't know what we don't know, you know?
Right.
So, you know, those who counted me out, hey, how you doing? All right.
Tasha T is calling in on my phone. I gotta hit her back.
Hello?
What's going on?
Be safe and hope to see y'all soon.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
that's what's up.
right.
That's what's up, man. Y'all got super camaraderie.
Yes.
Yes.
Even when I had Miss Curris, Sha, Miss Chuck, and Spice here.
That's my boo.
They had the camaraderie. Y'all women got that. Y'all just got that, and I'm so happy that y'all got it, because I noticed in other genres, well, I'll say in hip hop, it's not like that. Why do you think that y'all in go-go, y'all got more of a camaraderie than what they got over there?
I wouldn't even say that we have a
Yeah.
camaraderie because not all
Certain
of us
bands.
get along.
Yeah, not all of us get along.
No.
I thought
You
I
open up for a
No.
band, you don't even know them, and the females looking at you and gritting on
Yeah.
you, and you're
It's
like,
like it's really like that.
It is.
it is, it is.
It's literally like until you open your mouth and just speak to somebody, you never know. But
Yep.
then it's like once you speak, instantly you
You
know
connect
either
them.
I'm going to talk to this person or
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk to
Yeah.
this
I
person.
never, you know what? I never felt like that about bands. I never felt like that. I always liked playing with other bands, because some bands though you'll play with and you be like, oh shit, we playing with them tonight. Oh, we about to cut up. We gonna lunch out.
Yeah.
That's like, for example, if I play, let's say my band playing. I know we playing with MAB. Me and Congo E gonna be sitting there bullshitting, talking shit, laughing.
Yeah.
Tony, you know what I'm saying? BJ be on his business shit. I ain't gonna lie though. My mind.
He has to stay focused.
He on
He
it.
got to get focused.
He on it. But you know, it's certain people, bands, you know what I'm saying? Or if I play with mature, we play with mature clientele. Thunderfoot is our family member of mine as well. And you know, I know me and him going to chop it up a little. Duke, you play guitar with him. Duke used to play with the band I was in. You know what I mean? That I had. So, you know, certain bands, I just don't get it how people get like that with each
Because that's what that sells.
That's
It sells.
Yeah.
Everybody wants you to have an issue with this person, and this
Beef.
person wants you to have an issue with that person. And then for some reason, people have this mentality. They have a high school mentality of, oh, if you my friend, you're not gonna like that person
Yep.
either.
Yep.
Like, until that person disrespects you in my presence,
Right.
I don't have nothing to do with your issue with that person.
Same.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if it was something where, you that's got into a physical altercation,
Then
then
that's
that's
a-
something different.
Then
But
you
if
draw the
y'all
line,
just talking
Right.
and talking and talking, I don't want to hear that. But me and Angel, we clicked instantly.
Yeah.
Right.
Instantly.
And you know what's crazy about it? Like, I've been around guys that, I'll just say this because I don't want to get too descriptive, with guys that we talking until the lights come on and it's ladies walking around, and, you know, in a certain type of environment. And some of these guys, I'm not part of it, I'm just saying I've been around, and some of these guys, you know, the woman provides the way they're living. So one woman might go home with the next guy because of whatever, and those guys could sit down and hash it out. And you don't see, you know, it might have happened, and, you know, I'm not saying it never happened, but it's never it might be animosity, but they sit down and they can come to agreement. It ain't all of the bickering and all that. It's, hey, all right, you got her. I got to go ahead. You know,
I think
I'm
with
starving
females,
right
it's
now.
more so of a thing where, because we're more, I don't care what any female says. Every female cares about what other people think of them.
Right.
Period. Females will talk about it all day and be like, oh, I don't care what such and such think. I don't care what such and
Right.
such think. And I'm not about to waste my time on that. Well, you're wasting your time on it because you're speaking
He's
about
talking
it.
about
So it affects you, period. And then when you're in go-go and you're an entertainer, it affects you because you're a creative soul.
Right.
Everything that happens to you because you're a creative person,
Right.
it affects you.
Right.
So a lot of people, they, like I said, they're listening to outsiders instead of coming to the person that you don't like and saying, listen, I got an issue with you. We can either, like, I'd like to talk it out.
Right.
Because you may not have an issue with me, but I have an issue with you.
Right.
And I don't know why.
Right.
And instead of females just saying, I don't know why I have an issue with you, I just don't like you, can we figure it out?
Right.
People are like, oh, you don't like me? Bitch, you ain't gotta like me.
Right.
It's like an attitude thing.
And then
You
you
know
got
what?
people in their ear too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
always got
and I'm
people
gonna tell
in
you,
their
people
ear.
will make things worse
Yeah.
than what they are. I actually had a situation there. You know, right now, my life is a little bit different. I'm just gonna say that. But people don't know what I've been through. And, you know, I ran into a situation where I felt somebody was kept, you know, not harassing me, but, you know, just sitting there, you know, every
coming
5
for you.
minutes they got this to say and that to
Yeah.
say. So what I'm gonna do, because I'm not really used to the which is this social media thing, I questioned the situation. And I wanted to know who the person was, because I didn't know whether they may have been a troll or anything. Well, people looked at me and laughed at me like I was being disrespectful. But I'm like, this dude saying all this disrespectful stuff, I'm giving him a benefit of a doubt. He might be a troll because I couldn't see a normal person just having an issue coming to me like that. You know what I mean? So it seemed like sometimes you have all of these people on, you know, these social media platforms that keep things stirred up. Let me ask y'all something. How do y'all feel about social media and go-go? I want to know the pros. I want to know the cons. I want to know the things you don't like, you do like. I want to know how y'all feel about the pros and cons of social media when it relates to go-go.
As it relates to go-go, I'll keep it on that level. I believe that it is a hindrance, but it's also
A blessing.
it's a blessing in disguise,
Right.
and it's all it depends on how you use it.
Right.
Because it is definitely a thing, because we're in an age where everybody has gotten lazy, and
Right.
then with the pandemic, everybody's gotten lazier.
Right.
So social media is helping with getting everything out there, and it's reaching more people quickly.
Right.
Versus, but then it's a negative thing because it takes away from the personal relationships.
Yep.
When
Right.
you was out there passing out flyers and you was out there
Ooh, I
talking to
missed that.
people, like you
I
was
miss
actually
it.
building relationships
I
with
was
people.
getting phone
Yeah.
numbers.
Can't do that now.
Oh, no, you
But,
can.
like,
No,
Hey.
I'm saying, like, you're not passing out flyers
Hey,
because
yeah.
nobody's really
It
passing
just,
out
it
flyers.
just takes
Fun
away
promote.
from the personal, like it's I don't know, it's just not
Yeah,
personable no more.
people like to have more of a relationship with the people. It's just
Yeah.
like a politician. If a politician just sit back and press buttons all day, you know, what type of bond is he going to build with the people that he's trying to get the vote for?
Right.
You know, you got to kiss the babies and take the pictures and do all this and all that shit.
Look,
You
I
know
get
what
looked
mean?
at funny
So-
because when I'm at shows, I still walk around. I'm still that person that will walk around and introduce myself to the people in the club.
That's what's up.
I'm that person. And then I still get looked at like, what is she doing? Why is she coming over here? What she need to say something to us for? Why is she coming over here to talk to us? I'm just saying hi.
Yeah, like, thank you for
And
coming.
you know what? And the thing is, you know, the thing is, go, we in the public relations business.
yeah, exactly.
We are.
Exactly.
We're in the public relations business. A lot of times we get it messed up with what we're doing. You know, a lot of times in go-go, you're gonna do as well as you can relate to the people.
Yep.
You can't relate to the people, you're not gonna do well.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those things. What's your take on all of this?
I agree.
social media
I
stuff?
believe social media is awesome just to get that music out there. And then it also welcomes the trolls, the people who don't play an instrument and have
Oh,
something
God.
to say, but they can't even sing a note or they can't even shake a tambourine.
They
You know
can't
what?
tell you nothing.
They can't tell you anything. But then it invites that, and it invites like the hatred, and just somebody's in their living room
Yeah.
just staring at you and nitpicking and tearing you apart. So it's a catch-22. It's a
Right.
catch-22 because I mean you have your website, you can promote yourself, you
Right.
can push your songs that nobody's really gonna hear, and you know, stuff like that. So it's a catch-22.
Well, I tell you like this. It is a catch-22 with social media. And I would tell you my take on social media when it relates to go-go. I started really pushing hard on, I started really learning social media and how it worked probably around with go-go around 2013. My band was playing, and what we were doing is I would like, damn, and he gave me a shot because, and believe me, when he did that, he probably saved my life, because one thing about when you come out of that situation, you got to remember you can't be getting involved with you got involved in before. You're trying to change your life up and all that, it'll drive you crazy. But I will say this about a lot of these podcasts or radio shows, that, you know, our job is to present y'all in a great way. You know what I mean? And the thing is, and this to everybody that's doing podcasts, Our job is to present these stars, because that's what I'm going to call all y'all. If they can sit there and call the guys up here that, y'all is the same thing. Because they weren't always at the position they are in either.
Right.
And it ain't to say that y'all skill level ain't up to that level either. It's just, the politics and maybe, certain situations may play into that. But we are responsible in the way we make y'all look, and that's why, like, when you come on, let's have a sit down, I don't ever want to ask you something that's going to put you in a bad position or ask you something that's going to put you in a bad position. You know what I mean? And I don't ever want nobody on the panel feeling like they have to answer this or they have to answer that, because I'm going to tell you, some people will do that and they have their own hidden agendas.
Right.
And we're not going to do that here.
Yeah.
We about, staying in our lane and respecting the game. No big me's and little you's. We all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we about over here. So, I think social media is very important, but I miss the flyers too. When you
Yeah.
brought that out, I was like, oh yeah, I miss that. You're hanging them up on a telephone pole, passing them out and all that. I
Going
remember.
to the mall.
Right?
and
Yeah,
talking-
Handing things out, yeah.
I remember. You know what? My mother got my first flyers that we used to draw the flyer.
Wow.
She got them. My mother kept everything. My mother keep everything.
Wow.
Like seriously, she kept
I
everything.
wouldn't go there.
I can pull up. You know what? I posted it one time, right? And I can't remember who it was. But I posted a flyer, and that joker had 1993 on it.
Oh
Say,
my
man,
God.
I said, hey, man, hey,
was 6.
hey, what's up? Hold on, you said you was what? You was only
I
6?
was 6. I'm only
You-
33.
You're from,
I'm older than her.
You're older than me?
I'm 25, yeah.
was that?
I did not know that you were even older than me. Dang, I really
If you
feel
don't
like
know
a
how it's
baby.
going, if you're going, can you hook it up? If you can't, then don't worry about it.
Let's just not worry about
I
it.
need a charger, actually.
But
my phone goes down.
But I miss it, and I do, and I'm just like y'all. It takes away from the experience of meeting and greeting with the people. But you
Yeah.
do get the numbers, and you can be in one spot and hit thousands of people. But and that's the advantage. But the disadvantage is everybody else is doing the same exact thing you're doing.
I think the disadvantage of it as well, not just that, but the opinions, because you know how people look at reviews and stuff. So
Yep.
it opens the door for negativity.
Yep.
And
Right.
once one person says, oh, I ain't like when this band hit
Oh,
that
then
song.
everybody
and then
gonna say-
everybody else,
Jumps
yeah,
on
I ain't
the-
like it either. I ain't like it
Yeah.
either. So then, it brings nothing but
Yeah, right.
negativity
Negativity.
to your post. So
Right.
it's like, man, let me just delete
I
the
call
post.
them,
Yeah.
I
And then
call
when you
those
delete the
people.
post, people be like,
Why'd
what she
you delete
deleted
it
for?
for?
Right.
What you
You
scared?
know what I call those people? The peanut gallery. That's right, y'all, the
Yeah.
peanut gallery. Because, everything is about, I gotta say this because of that, and don't know a damn thing about what's going on.
Right.
But have so many comments to make,
Right.
and can't even play a triangle with a damn spoon.
Yeah.
So I see that a lot. What I don't like is in social media that you could say something, right? But let's say somebody that's supposed was up here could say this, but you're wrong for saying it. Y'all can say the exact same
What
thing.
gives her the right to say X, Y, and Z?
Right.
She doesn't know da 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 da.
We
Yeah.
would say the exact same thing, but they'll look at you bad because you're not what they call up here
A level.
with status. Like, come on, man. We need
just
to
trying to play
understand how to respect. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If we really some of the people we say we are, disrespect could have got your life taken. Or got your freedom lost if you come from a certain background, like a lot of these dudes be claiming they come from. So I would think they would know better, some of them.
But they don't.
But they don't, because they lying about what they done been into. Been in the hood, it don't count, nigga. You ain't come outside. So that's my thing. So
I don't know. That whole thing
it's
just
real.
takes away. Like I said, they don't respect us, and when we get disrespected by them, it makes us look at them differently. These are people that
Right.
we looked up to.
Yeah. I've
These are the
been,
people
I've
that
been,
I've held them to such a high standard, and then
Yes.
when stuff happens, it's like, damn, like for real,
Mm-hmm.
like you really? That's the type of person that you are.
Hey.
My perception has changed so much of these larger bands just because of personal interactions that I've held with them.
Right.
Not of he say, she say, stuff that I've actually encountered
Right.
with these bands.
Well, I tell you what, the champion, he'll love you until you crack that top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Better believe it.
Mm-hmm.
They love you when you're fighting on ESPN. You get your ass on Showtime. Oh, then it's gonna be an issue. Now you're
a threat.
coming up. Yeah.
But see, and that's what BJ told me. BJ was like, Justice, just brush it off. That means that you didn't enter their lane, so now they're threatened. You are now a threat. So I was like, oh,
And see, and
all right.
then I look at your age. I didn't know you were 33.
Yeah.
Some of these people, you know, and I'm not saying nothing bad about them, but you know, youth is always gonna be, you know, time is always gonna be greater than anything, which is youth. Youth is represented by time, and time
Right.
is represented by youth. And you know, when you got youth on your side, it's a threat. And I don't see how people get like that, and it makes me sick. Cause I'm gonna tell you, two young dudes that I love in this game. I love these dudes. One of them playing your band, DeAndre. I love that boy.
Hey,
and I
Day-Day.
want to see DeAndre do something. And he gonna do something. And the other one, G for MLB. I love them young dudes. And I want to see them get where they got. I don't want them to go through what I went through or make the same mistakes that I made. Because if I had did better with my life, I would have been in a better situation than Go-Go. A lot of the stuff that I went through ain't had nothing to do with Go-Go, with just me being, and you know, just putting Go-Go on that back burner and not playing around with it, but you know, putting my life in another direction. You know, but them two right there, I just don't see how people don't want to see the next come up. I don't get it, and I would never get it.
Because they feel that they're going to get knocked off and they're going to be forgotten about.
And you know,
That should push you to
Instead
be
of
better.
sharing the
If anything,
platform.
it's just like basketball, right?
Right.
Everybody's going to be at the top some way.
Right.
So why don't you just nurture and help each other out and push them? Because I remember my boss said, I want to train you to take over my job.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're not getting that.
Right.
We're not getting that.
You know what I think some of the coolest conversations is, and me and Heartbeat. Shout out to Heartbeat. Shout out to you, we talk all the time, and he talk about stuff from back in that era, and I sit there like a little kid, and I just listen. I be happy, cause I like listening to it. But what I like about him is he don't mind hearing, you know, where how things are in my era.
Yeah.
And I just don't get how there's some people that they don't like that. I think it's a cool conversation when you could talk about, man, I remember the 90s, we was this, we was that, and then you got some young guy coming up who can relate to you. The young guys got a lot of momentum, especially if as long as they stay away from some of these haters.
Yeah.
That's my age and up.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't respect that at all. I don't like that. When you know, the older guys, you got certain older guys at this and that to say, nah, let them youngins rock out.
Yeah.
Do them. To be honest, what they don't understand and what they fail to realize is if you don't push them, then that means this culture dies.
Yeah.
So all your stuff that you talked about in your era is
you
gone
used to
too.
do. It's
So
used
you
to do.
need to be rooting for them and give
Yeah.
them some type of game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us a platform. Do
Yeah.
something.
Give them some game.
I want to
Just
sit
chill
down and have
game with each other,
conversations
with
with
each
the
other.
with the older generation,
Yeah.
but I don't want to just be told what you used
What to
to
do,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, talk about
Yeah.
how can we infuse
Yeah.
it?
How
and
did you
grow
do
it?
it?
How can we grow it?
Who
How
did
can
you
we-
speak to? Who were the
Yeah.
people that you spoke? Put me in connection with the person that sat you down and said,
Exactly.
"This is the route that you need to take,
Yeah.
and this is how you need to do it." Give me that. Give me a map.
Or get you around some older people that's just gonna congratulate you. And that's what I do with them youngins. I congratulate them because I wish I was that age, man. And I wish I was doing things at that age. And I told Marty one day, I said, man, y'all, the little bit you did in 6 years, you've done a way more than what I've done in all these years, and I've been struggling, man. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of older dudes that would not come off their high horse that won't say nothing like that. You know, and I'm not saying every older guy should or shouldn't, but it's like we got a problem with congratulating in this game, and it's
Yeah.
sickening.
Yeah.
Let's stop congratulating. We doing more hating than congratulating. Some of y'all guys need to go to a players ball or something. I don't know what it is. Like, for
Do
real.
something.
You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Get around some dudes where if something go bad, their life really depend on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got guys sitting there hating on this young guy coming up for what?
no reason.
But see, that's
It's
one of the
crazy.
reasons why I have so much respect for my lead talker, for BJ.
Mm-hmm.
BJ not only brought me into this band and said, Justice, I want you to be my singer.
Right.
But he literally said the words, Justice, I'm going to train you to be me and to be better than me.
That's what's up.
That's literally what he said when he brought me to that
Shout out
band.
to BJ for that. I'm clapping for him because you don't hear too many people
And
say
not
that.
at all.
You
That was
don't.
the
And-
first
yeah.
time I had ever heard that. And that was the
that-
last
you,
time I
you
heard
got
it.
to respect that. But you know, and the thing about it that I dig so much about it is he told you, you know, look, I want you to be better than me.
Yeah.
That's something we tell our children.
Yeah.
Well, you should be telling your children that.
Yeah.
Not saying you a kid or nothing, but you know, he is genuine.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody just gonna be telling you that to tell you that.
That's why I said in the beginning of the show, when you asked that question, you know, if BJ was to, you know, not
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
come to a show, my second show with MAB,
You had to run it.
the whole first half, he was like, Justice, do it. And I was like, what?
He threw you in
By
the water.
myself?
Threw you in the
He
water.
was like, yeah.
Do you hear
the
that,
whole
Gut?
second,
Where you
the
at,
whole
Gut?
first half. I
Where you at,
ran the
Gut?
whole
Do you
first
hear
half
that?
by myself.
Well, look, we about to wrap it up. I need both of y'all to tell where they can find y'all at.
Yes. You can find me on Instagram at DMV Songbird, and you can also find me on Facebook at Justice J, and then my band is Mental Attraction Band 2.0.
And go ahead.
You can find my band Collective Measures on Facebook and on IG. My full name on Facebook